Hey guys, what's up? This is the College Football Experience. We are here.
What's up, guys? This is the Extra Points podcast with the College Football Experience. We are the College Football Experience. I am Gus, that's Will. You already know what the deal is. College football season is here, baby. Week 1, Thursday night. We're breaking these games down on Thursday night, right before these games start kicking off, man. So we are so excited. We're going to be at Miami versus Florida this week. Will, we're going to go see your Gators, baby.
Hey, man, it's finally here. It's finally here. It's like Christmas. Feels like Christmas morning to us. We got some games tonight, got a game tomorrow, and then we got some more on Saturday. So excited, man.
We even got them on Sunday
glad
and Monday.
I know. Glad we don't have to really speculate no more, man. We're here.
We're here. Talking season is over. Don't talk about it. Be about it. It's time to kick off, man. And with college football season being here, that means our college football pickems are here, man. But if y'all followed us any last season, we've been running this pickems league for it's got to be close to eight or 9 years now. I think we're going on year 9. So
yeah, I think it's around 9 or 10.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been doing this for such a long time, and we absolutely love it. And so we're going to be breaking down these pick'ems every week. We're going to be breaking down anywhere from 10 to 5 games, but we're always going to pick between 10. We'll go through the 10 that we will let y'all know the 10 that we go through every week. But this week, we're just going to be hitting on 3, but we'll go over all of the games at the end. Let's start out with, we're first going to go over Georgia versus Clemson. Georgia's 13.5-point favorite over the Tigers. They're playing in Atlanta. It's a neutral site game. This is going to be a dog-heavy crowd. Even though it's not a far drive for Clemson, this I still believe is going to be a dog-heavy crowd. And I think Vegas is saying it's going to be a dog-heavy game with this 13.5-point spread, Will. What you think?
Yeah, look, dude, I think Clemson's gotten better since last year. Defense is better. It just really depends on their quarterback play, if they can hang in this game or not.
Yeah.
We know what Georgia's going to be, man. They just loaded up at the running back room. They brought back their quarterback. I mean, they're loaded on defense. You know, with a lot of our Georgia fans think this might be the best team they've had since that 21 year. I don't know. I think they're talented. I think this game could be close. I don't think it's going to be like that Oregon game where they just blew out Oregon in the dome or anything like that. But I expect Georgia to win, take care of business week 1. But I think Clemson's going to make it competitive, man. And I hope they do.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're already seeing some injuries kind of be able to rear their ugly heads even as early as week 1. I mean, because you do have the Clemson secondary. They could be down to 2 true freshmen starting at corner. And I think this passing game of Georgia is primed and ready to expose that, even with losing Ladd McConkey and losing probably what's one of the best college tight ends ever with Brock Bowers. But on the flip side, this Georgia running back room, even though they are loaded, they did have one go down with a turf toe injury that was pretty bad. And then we don't know what's the status of Trevor Etienne, which isn't his health, but I don't think he's playing either. So you could have some freshmen starting at running back for Georgia or getting significant snaps, but they're getting the ball handed to them by one of the best quarterbacks in the country, if not the best, and they're running behind what some people are calling the best offensive line in the country, or potentially the best offensive line in the country. But they're going up against a defensive line from Clemson that is going to be Clemson's best unit on the field on Saturday. So, I mean, just being able to look at the matchup from Georgia's offense to Clemson's defense, I think Georgia just has a little too much to expose what's going to be Clemson's best unit. And then on the flip side, looking at Clemson's offense versus the Georgia defense, I think that there's still some question marks, kind of like there were last year when it comes to the Georgia defense. How's that defensive line going to look? How are they going to play? I think Clemson's offensive line has finally kind of gotten healthy. They're really starting the season healthy. Hopefully they can stay healthy, and just see what Cade Klubnik can do, because you hit it. He's going to determine what Clemson can do in this game. Will he make the boneheaded mistakes that he made all throughout the season last year, where in really, really big moments he coughs the ball up? Can he not have those really big critical mistakes? So I think that's what I'm going to be looking for as well. But I do have the Dogs here. I don't know if they cover. They probably will, but I wouldn't bet it.
Think either. Georgia losing Brock Bowers, right? Who's going to be that playmaker for them that can house a play? Lad McConkey, who can house one for you? So it'll be interesting to see who Georgia kind of goes to.
Yeah.
Early on, because they do have some unknowns now. They got playmakers, man. They recruit. They go hit the portal.
They really hit the portal
like
with
if they
receiver.
want you. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see how that did Carson Beck take that next step? Did he get better from last season?
Mm-hmm.
If Georgia does cover, it's going to be like a late thing. Like they kind of get a late score. Maybe they're winning by 10 and then they score late. They end up winning by 17. Then a turnover, end up winning by 20 or something. So I just think this is going to be the Dogs, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to see Clemson winning this game, dude.
Same. So we both got the Dogs. And in the terms of confidence, because we do have to rank these pickems 1 to 10, I'm gonna put it at like a 9. So I'm gonna wedge 9 points
I'm
on
up
this
there.
game.
I'm up there.
I mean, I think most everyone is. I believe when I was looking on our app that the average ranking was like an 8. So that's really high when the average ranking is an 8 with a game between these two heavy hitters of a program. But we're both going Dogs, and I think we're both probably going cover as well. Moving on to the 3:30 time slot, the game we're going to be at, Miami. The Hurricanes are a 2.5 point favorite coming into the Swamp. The Swamp's going to be hot. The Swamp's going to be loud, and the Swamp's going to be nasty. And we're going to be smack dab in the middle of it, getting it all on camera for y'all. College football experience, baby. This game is what it's all about. It's the biggest matchup of the week. It's a rivalry game to kick off the season in a historic venue, in a historic town. Can't wait to be there. Can't wait to watch this game. Hopefully a Florida victory for the vlog's sake and for your sake, good buddy.
Yeah, that would be a great way to
That'd be
kick off
epic.
the season against a rival. This game has been very anticipated for like 2 years now. So, I think for the Gators to win, got to play better defensively than you did last year, especially up front.
Mm-hmm.
Miami's going to have a very good offensive line. At least they
Very
should.
good. Yeah,
they should be better than last year. They did struggle last year up front some, but different quarterback back there now. They went and got Cam Ward from Washington State. He doesn't play the best on the road, but he's never had the cats. He's never had the cats like this though around him, man. And he's never had guys like this around him.
It'll be the loudest environment he's ever been in.
Yes. It's going to affect them a lot. I do think it will. The offense just needs to do what the offense does. Graham Mertz just needs to be efficient, complete passes, control the game, be a game manager, let the run game help you out, and the offense should be fine. Don't turn the ball over, because if you saw what Florida State, Georgia Tech, you don't get many possessions. They both got 7 apiece. So you got to take advantage. And if you can steal a possession, dude, that would be huge. I just think who is going to go mistake free and who is going to make good coaching decisions when it comes down to the end.
Yeah.
Because that can ultimately win the game. I think this is just going to be one of those like it was at the Utah game.
Mm-hmm.
Where Florida could score late, and Miami's going to need to drive it down the field to win it. So
Mm-hmm.
right now I'm at Florida, but I'm at a very low, like I'm like at 3 or 4, somewhere around
Yeah.
there. So it's hard for me to pick against Florida at
It
Florida.
is. It is. So some key, so I think that some key matchups to watch is this is going to be potentially this is something people were saying with Florida State too. This might be one of the best edge pass rushes in the nation, but it is just a bunch of preseason talk. They do have Ruben Bain, absolute animal. Um, so just to see if they can get past that Florida offensive line, I think that that's going to be a big factor in this game. I think that Eugene Wilson could be primed to have a really big day against these Miami corners because I believe they do have some new corners, some young corners. So can he get past him, and can Graham Mertz be protected enough to be able to get the ball to him? I think if Graham Mertz has time, that he'll be able to get the ball out. And then can this Florida running game that at times last year was extremely successful, can they be able to find a rhythm early to be able to keep that Miami defense on their toes? I think they really have the potential to, but I just need to see it. This game is such a coin flip because I think my heart says Florida, my brain says Miami. Just because I think they have the more talented quarterback. I think their peak of their roster is probably just a little bit better than Florida's, but overall, I think the rosters are somewhat comparable. So I what do I think has more weight to it? The home crowd, the first game of the year. They haven't lost a home opener since what, the mid '80s,
Yeah, it's like the
and
late 80s, somewhere around there.
yeah. So do I think that weighs more, or do I think the overall more talented quarterback weighs more? I'm going with the home crowd because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be screaming my guts out, and I
I
think
hope.
that Florida's been in this pressure cooker all offseason, and I think they've
Yeah,
heard it, and I think that that roster is more talented than people think, and I think that I think the pressure is more so on Coach Napier to win the game, but I think the pressure is more so on the players for Miami because they've been talked up. This is their year to win the SEC. I mean, this is their year to win the ACC. They're what, 9.5 win total? It's their highest win total in forever. I mean, it's their highest win total since I've remembered. So I think the players with the most pressure on them in a pressure cooker of an environment, I think that they're going to crack. And I'm picking the Florida Gators to win, but I'm going to put it at like a 2 because I'm really
hey,
not that confident. But
Watson, go in there.
Watson,
I know Watson's interrupting
we
the podcast.
we have a guest appearance on the podcast, my sweet little nephew. But yeah, man, I think that this Miami Florida game is going to be the best game of the day. I truly, truly think
Sorry
it
about
is.
that. I think
We're
so
all
too.
good, brother. That's life.
I can't believe they put this game at 3:30, but Florida
It's
got a
gonna be
lot of
so
prime time slots last
yeah,
year. But here's the
yeah.
thing, but I'm a lot of people just don't know this about Florida. But last year the offensive line was so bad, and the reason was we right before the season the starting right tackle left, like right before the season started. So we had to move a right guard to a right tackle. Left tackle went down and just kind of started behind the 8 ball last year. And this year went and got 2 new tackles, really got 3 tackles. The
Mm-hmm.
guy that was playing right tackle, he's moved into guard. He's lost a ton of body fat and turned it into muscle. The team itself, the I think the whole nutrition program, the weight training, it's changed completely. And I'm ready to see that the field. They've been talking that talk about it. I want to see it on the field, man. the injuries and stuff. I want to see these guys stay healthy and be out there and ball out, run around. I think this is the best receiving group that Napier's had since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest group he's had since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best defensive line group we've had since he's been there. So it'll be interesting to see a bunch of new faces. Me and you are going to be there to see it firsthand. Got some
It's gonna be
depth
fun.
finally at a lot of positions that I don't think Miami like. There's not a player on their offense that worries me besides Cam Ward. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just me being ignorant and not knowing the full depth of Miami. Because I'm sure they got some ballers around there. Because I know their wide receiver group is okay. So it'll be interesting for sure to see how Cam handles this and to see how Miami can, if they get hit in the face and get knocked down, are they going to get back up? Or if Florida has one of those where Miami goes down and scores, boom, 3 and out. Miami goes down and scores. We're down 14-0. Get hit in the face early. Are you going to get back up and keep going? So, dude, there's so much anticipation for this game. It is going to be the best game of the day. But I'm excited. I'm ready to be there. I'm ready to be down there. I'm ready for Saturday. See what the city's going to be like.
Oh,
it's going to
be popping. It's going to be popping, and we're going to get it all for you, baby. It's going to hopefully be like you're there alongside with us, getting to see all the pageantry, all the traditions, everything cool to see down in Gainesville. And the Swamp, a really cool. We got another non-con game that I think is going to be really cool. This is the primetime game. Notre Dame going to Texas A&M. This line has shifted to Texas A&M. It was -2.5 Aggies last time I checked. This game's got me in a conundrum. It's really, really got me in a conundrum because I don't know who to pick.
tough.
I could talk myself into either team. Why is Drake calling me? I don't damn know. But this game's really got me in a big conundrum because I could see either team winning. But for the Aggies, their defense is still so loaded. Their front seven is absolutely stacked, and they're going to be going up against the offensive line that will be good, but they lost 2 tackles to the NFL high in the draft. And then the guy they were replacing their left tackle with went down, so they're starting a true freshman against one of the best pass rushers in the country, Nick Scorton. I think that could be ugly, but you do have a quarterback who's going to be able to still scoot around, still move, and be able to make plays and extend plays with his legs. They say the wide receiver group for the Irish are a lot better than they have been, but I'll believe it when I see it. Going on the road, 110,000, 100-degree weather against an elite pass rush with a new coach, with a program that's got so much energy around it. I'm going Texas A&M for the fact that it's at home. And I believe Marcus Freeman he's either like 5-4 versus ranked opponents on the road, or he's like 4-5. He does not have a good record against ranked opponents on the road. So is that gonna stay as a trend, or is he gonna buck the trend? I think it stays at a trend. I think Mike Elko and Connor Wegman get a big win at home.
Man, this one is a toss-up for sure. I don't really 100% know. It's like, do you trust a team that has a new quarterback and the offensive line's a little shaky, or do you go with the guy with where he's going to have the crowd behind him? The defense is stacked. He has a quarterback coming back. Now, they did lose their best receiver to the portal. It'll be interesting to see what A&M has on offense. But I think you got to go with the home team right here. If you have a toss up, I think you got to go with the home team. So I'm gonna go A&M as well, just because of the defensive front. I just don't know about Notre Dame's weapons, and can they go into an environment like that and win a close ball game, because I feel like this one's going to be kind of close
It is. It is.
as well. Dude, this is probably the second hardest game to pick out of the 10
It's for
that we
sure
got this
one of
week.
them. It's for sure one of them.
But
So
I
if
got
you have to put it
A&M.
on the
I got them kind of
conference,
low.
yeah.
Yeah, it's low. It's like
I think I got 'em.
3 or 2. It's one of those.
Yeah. I think I got him. I think even though I don't want to, I think I got him at like a 5, just because there's more games that I'm like, God, this is a toss up, and that's what we're gonna go through now. We're just kind of go through the rest of the 7 games. A little rapid fire here, 1 to 2 points about them. I mean, it could simply be that you don't really know, because there's some of these games that I'm like, man, this is some out of the blue stuff. But this is kind of a big matchup. LSU, USC, Tigers favored by 4.5. Will, who you got and where you got them? Rapid fire.
Tigers, because I think the defense will be not as bad as USC's. LSU has better playmakers on defense. Both think there'll be points scored in this game, but Tigers.
I am in the same boat. I got LSU winning. I think they have the better coach. These teams both upgraded their defensive staffs, but I'm high on that boy Garrett Nussmeier. So because of BK, I'm going LSU. This game got delayed tonight, but it's still going to get played just a little bit later. North Carolina going on the road to Minneapolis and Minnesota to play the Golden Gophers. North Carolina's kind of slid to a 1.5 point favorite in this game. I am going UNC. I think they got a really good running back, even though they might have some uncertainty at the quarterback position. There's a couple guys out for Minnesota that are their big playmakers potentially. So I'm going with the safe pick. I am going Tar Heels, going on the road, getting a big win to start the season.
I got row the boat.
Row the boat.
Win a big one at home.
The Golden Gophers?
Unsure about UNC's quarterback play.
That's fair.
Just sure about Coach Mack and his motivating. Does he still want to do this or not? Does he still want to coach? So I'm a little unsure about him, and then the guys around the program. Just not really sure about UNC. Really, don't know if they're going to be able to replace Drake May, but I think the Golden Gophers are going to get a win tonight in a close one.
Big win for the Gophers. We're going to save this one for last. Coastal Carolina versus Jack State. Jack State is a 2.5 point favorite just because it's at home, and it's only like an hour and a half from here. I'm going Gamecocks. This is a chicken versus chicken matchup, bro. Who you got?
Look, Rich Rodriguez, head coach, Jack State, like those boys up there. I was really honestly unsure because I just think Coastal is replacing their quarterback. Honestly, I was unsure about this one. It was toss-up, so I went with the favorite and the home team. I went with Jack State.
That's a good pick. I think next, TCU is minus 9.5 going on the road to Stanford. I think TCU could be a sneaky pick in the Big 12 this year. That conference is going to be really, really fun to watch, and I think Stanford is still recovering from them not being able to morph to the times, that is NIL and the transfer portal. So I'm going Frogs for my boy JP. The Frogs for the Pelham family.
Yeah, I'm Frogs as well. I just don't think Stanford's very good at all, actually. So I'm going Horned Frogs to win big tonight.
Horns up, baby. Our second to last game, we got Wyoming going to Arizona State, man. The Cowboys pulled off a big win versus Texas Tech last season. Arizona State still got a lot of roster turnover. They also got some injuries. I'm just blindly trusting Vegas on this one. I'm going Sun Devils at home. I'm going Sun Devils at home.
Same exact thing.
This is
I had no idea.
Just one. Yeah, this is just one where you kind of got to hold your nose and pick. And I think
Well, I hope
95% of the college football public would
y-
pick the same here.
y- you want the whole group to pick Arizona State. So if you do lose, everybody loses.
And it's okay. And I think that that's probably
Yeah.
what's going to happen, man. And the big one that's happening, actually, it just kicked off just a minute ago. North Dakota State, the Bison, going on the road to Boulder to face Deion Sanders and Colorado, who is a 9.5-point favorite. I've been hearing all of this. North Dakota State this, North Dakota State that. They've won so many championships in the FCS malarkey. They're not the North Dakota State of old. They're the new North Dakota State. Their head coach has been gone for a while. All of those players, it's just not the same. So I'm going the Buffs and Dion and Shadur and Travis Hunter. They ball out tonight, and they're going to be the most watched game today. They might be one of the most watched games of the weekend. So I'm going Buffs big at 10.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I think Buffs are going to win by a few touchdowns. Plus, I wanted to get 10 points right off the bat tonight. I want to go ahead and start the weekend nice.
You're
all
about starting first games high. You're all
baby. I want that 10
you're all
points.
about getting them points on early, even though it really don't matter when you get them. It just matters you get them.
No, but if you can put
Establish
an
dominance.
automatic between 8 to 7, 9 to 6, it is such a big advantage if you can win those games, because that's where I've lost. Last year I didn't win my 9, 7, and 6 a lot, and ended up finishing like 5th. So, and it lost me the pickems. So, got to figure out how to win those games.
It for sure happens, man. I actually kind of like doing those rapid fires there. It almost reminds me of when they do the picks on the college game day.
Yeah, they got the people in the air saying you need to go.
Go. They're teeing the ball up in the Red River Shootout right now. You gotta pick.
Yep. Well, I hope you're not watching the Colorado's losing right now. So.
Really? They were winning 7-3 when I checked the score. We look like idiots. Hey.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be a shootout.
It's only the first quarter. I'm going to run and get it on the TV. Will, I will see you in the morning, because you know where we're going.
See y'all.
We're going to Gainesville, baby, and we're taking y'all along with us. I'm going to work my tail off to get this video out as soon as I can, and we will be back probably on Monday to break down what happened this past weekend, and I hope y'all watch Will. I will see you in the morning, brother, everyone. It was great getting to break down these games with y'all, and this is the Extra Point Podcast with the College Football Experience. We are the College Football Experience, and we will see y'all later.